William from Ohio. I wanted to talk about Hoover attempts and also karma involving my kid's mom. Welcome to the show. How are you doing today?
Hey, I'm pretty good. How are you doing, Brian?
I'm doing good. So what's going on there in,
Good,
in
good.
Ohio?
I'm actually from North Canton, Ohio, where the Hoover Company is. When we talk about Hoover, I just think about the company uptown. But anyway, no, I have my kid's mom. We were never married. We have a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old, and so that got pretty messy when we split up. And actually, the 4-year-old, I've raised him since he was born, but he's not my biological son, which we knew that. I mean, we knew that the whole time, but he was not my biological son. So when we did split up, I took her to court for custody of both children. Crazy story. She ended up, just before the custody date, she ended up trying a Hoover attempt, trying to, I knew what she was up to because I had actually started, watching your videos and learning more about this whole personality disorder. So we ended up we split 50-50 custody on the children. And right after that, she was trying to move back in with me. And I said, absolutely not. Like, I'll work with you for the children, for the sake of the children, but we're not getting back together.
Right.
Then she ran off and got married. About a month later, she got married to somebody else, somebody that I've actually known longer than I've known her.
Wow.
And, yeah, right. I mean, they dated for 3 weeks and they were married. And now here, just recently, she's been reaching out to me and talking about how terrible things are at home with her husband, and things are just like this weekend. She asked me to keep the kids a couple days longer because I guess she wasn't even staying at home, and they have a 5-month-old too now. Which, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, sorry, I heard a beep. I thought it got hung up on. Anyway, so they have a 5-month-old, and I guess she was staying at a friend's house or something, and so it's just like I'm on the outside looking in. I'm just keeping things cool with her because she's being all nice to me and stuff.
Oh, right, yeah.
I don't know if this is like another attempt, like another Hoover attempt or what, but I'm just, keeping her at arm's length because obviously it's better if she's trying to get along with me, but
yes.
I know how this cycle works with her.
Oh, well, and the reality is even if she, I mean, right now she's focusing her attention on her new husband and that family, and she's trying to keep you in the back pocket in case, maybe she's thinking, this is what I'm assuming she's thinking. She's like, okay, well, maybe, you'll feel sorry for her and feel like, oh, it's so sad she's being beat up, and isn't even thinking about the fact that she did the same thing to you, but once that relationship implodes and she doesn't get from you what she wants, she's gonna, she's gonna revert back to being, mean and stuff. I mean, just kind of like brace for impact. The one nice thing is this other knucklehead
for sure.
who married her really quick, which is just a horrible sign. I mean, so obviously he got duped into the life soulmate and like, oh my God, you're such the greatest person. It's too bad that your ex-husband is, or not husband, but the father of your kids is such a scumbag. Even though I've known him forever, I always thought that something was wrong. But and they get sucked into it. Anybody who marries somebody within a few weeks, that is such a danger sign. I mean, that is so. It's a recipe for disaster. It doesn't mean it won't. That happened to me. It doesn't mean it won't last for a long time. I mean, I knew my ex for. We met, dated for a couple of months. I joined the Air Force, so we had a period of time we were separated, and there was some craziness that was going on at that point. But I still ended up marrying her, and we were together for 20 years. And it was my codependency and my own personal issues, my own lack of self-worth, my own self-esteem problems, where I allowed it to continue, and it took 2 decades for me to see the light. So, I mean, yeah, it's absolutely a Hoover attempt. She's trying to keep you in the back pocket and keep you on her side. are just, I mean, and even if she isn't even at work,
thing.
What was that?
I was trying to say, like, I've got this new girlfriend that she's very, she's very, I don't want to say alpha, but like when she is around my kid's mom, she like just talks to her like she doesn't even care who this person is. Like she just talks to her up front, like, hey, ask her questions about the kids and stuff. And like she even acts like she really likes this new girlfriend of mine. Like she really talks up my new girlfriend. So it's kind of like, what are you getting at here? Like what? Like she's even told me, she's like, I really like this new girl, and you really have a good girl there and stuff. So it's kind of,
well,
for me, it's a little bit puzzling,
Well, think of it this way, right? I mean, okay, take somebody. I'll say, if I'm trying to think of a good example. What I'll say is, let's say there's somebody you really dislike, even at work, right? And they get the promotion and they're doing really well. Are you going to walk up to them and say, hey, Bill, you're a piece of garbage and you should have never got that? Are you going to say, man, Bill, that's great. You really deserve it, buddy. While in the back of your mind, you're saying, what a piece of garbage, right? She's not going to give you the satisfaction. Right. So it's almost like a defense mechanism. I mean, honestly, to be perfectly honest, I probably would do something similar if the ex finally met except the people she's met have been not good, whatever. But I mean, I could see, I'm not going to give her any satisfaction. Not now, I don't care. But earlier, I would have not wanted to let them know that it bothered me. So how do you do that? You be supportive of it. Oh man, that's so great. Man, you got a really good one. Man, you're lucky. I'm really glad that worked out for you. All the time. All the time. Why? It's that is so weird. I just lost the caller. But anyways, I'll finish this thought. I'm gonna have to. That is so. Anyways, but I think that's what's going on. Is they're sitting there trying to figure out how to not minimize it, but to make the best of it and not give you the satisfaction. Now, on the flip side, there are people whose exes would be like, that girl's not good enough for you. We should get back together, or not even acknowledge it. Thanks for checking out this clip from the Break the Cycle with DSD podcast. I do this show live every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m. Pacific time. If you want to catch a full show, tune into this channel, subscribe, and hit the like button. Or you can find the podcast version on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, or your other favorite podcast directories. Hope to see you on the next show.